Like, I think we probably averaged 550, but like...
So like this run right now, basically.
Yeah, but by the end, we were just feeling it, crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Blake goes up to Coach Wetmore after, he goes, "You just won NCAAs with that run." And Wetmore looks at him and goes, "But you might have lost Pac-12s." So it's pretty funny.
That's good. Let's go right there. All right, chill. Let's do this thing. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Talking While Running. Very special guest today with us, the one and only Morgan Pearson.
Hey.
I think he's actually the first Olympian we've had, which is sick. Thanks so much, Morgan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
So
I mean,
nice.
we were going back and forth for a while, so I'm glad we were able to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, I kept leaving town for like a week.
Yeah.
And then you were, those are the days you wanted to go.
It's all good.
So
Made it work. Out here on a beautiful day, just outside Boulder. And we'll get into the training nowadays, but I want to I like kind of taking it back to the roots. So, here to you, slow down a little. Good start. How did you initially, you're from New Jersey.
Yep.
How did you initially get into running and just kind of find your passion and discover that was what you wanted to do?
I was swimming growing up, which kind of relates to when I ended up doing triathlon.
Yeah.
My mom signed us all, me and my brothers up for the swim team. We had done swim lessons and kind of excelled, and then if I remember correctly, she read some article that the swimmers do, like if you put your kid in swim practice, they end up doing well in school. So
Oh, nice.
she did that. That was kind of the start.
Yeah.
And I mean, swimming's can be a pretty strong endurance sport. And then when I got to middle school, I just, like, my older brother had done cross country, and I had done like some little running, you know, like you do like the middle school mile.
Club, yeah.
We did junior lifeguards, and I did well on like the beach mile run, so I signed up for that. And yeah, it's kind of 7th grade, Delbarton.
Yeah, Green Wave.
Yeah, that was the start of my running career, and then yeah, it just kind of grew. Like I think most runners do, you know, they just
Develops over time. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, you went to Delbarton, which people don't know, maybe nice private school on the East Coast, who actually, a buddy of mine is a coach there now. Shout out Jack O'Reilly.
Yeah, Jack O'Reilly. Yeah, he's good friends with my little brothers too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm good friends with him now.
Yeah,
too.
that counts.
He's always hanging out with us when we're
They'll
home.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
But so also, was your coach at that time John Barnacle? Did I get that right?
Yeah. Coach Barnacle did cross country, and then we had Coach Polik kind of came in, I want to say my junior year, and he was the track coach for senior year. So
Nice.
both good guys, both different. Coach Barnacle is like an old school guy.
Okay.
Polik's more like, I don't even remember how old he was. Probably 20s.
Yeah.
Young guy, really passionate. He ran like Holy Cross or something.
Nice.
Like that. So he was a nice guy too.
And what's the, I don't know, a highlight that stands out from the Delbarton days? Maybe a race or...
We had a pretty solid team. My buddy Pat Shelberg was a grade above me, and he ran in college, and he was a really fast miler in high school. So we had some we did, I want to say 5th and 6th of the state meet.
Oh, nice.
Together. That was a really big highlight. We ran a pretty fast DMR. As a team, that was a highlight. And then I'd say individually, when I won the Penn Relays 3K.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought you were.
That was probably my individual highlight. That or just like qualifying for Foot Locker. Yeah, those are the ones that are
That's
sticking
good.
out.
Yeah, was that senior year Foot Locker?
Yeah. So I did Nike junior year Nike Cross Nationals, and then Foot Locker. So I was pretty lucky. I got to experience both.
Yeah, that is cool. People may not know, actually, you went to Duke originally.
Yeah, I went to Duke for 1 year.
So what was that kind of like? How did you go from Delbarton to Duke to CU, and maybe any like advice for a transfer process?
Well, yeah. So I mean Delbarton and my family is just like, it's pretty like, everything's about academics.
Okay.
And both my parents went to Duke. I've had 2 brothers go there. And it was just kind of like a family school. And I would say my passion for running was still growing.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily like dreaming of going to the Olympics and making it like a job.
Yeah.
And I'm a triathlete, but close
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really like Duke. Like I don't have many bad things to say about it. My teammates were all really nice guys. It's a nice campus. It's actually a really good place to train, I think. Like I think they could They've had some good runners. They just had a guy get top 5 or something in the mile. So
Okay.
I think it could be a really good, like a powerhouse one day, but yeah, I got there and I didn't love it. I don't want to.
No, it's all right.
I don't want to say anything bad about anyone, but maybe I didn't see eye to eye with the coach, and and like I said, both my parents went there, and my brother, so I think part of me just wanted to create my own path.
Right.
You know, you get to a certain point in your life, and you're like, okay, who am I? Like, how do I define myself?
Yeah.
Not just kind of following the path set for you.
So perfect. That takes you. I think that's also a good lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
Takes you to CU.
Yeah. I mean, I transferred to CU after my freshman year, and I was talking to lots of coaches, but one thing about CU that stuck out to me was they had gotten 3rd at NCAAs in cross country the year before, but no one on the team was like a stud.
Okay.
They were all like pretty good
Deep.
runners. I was like, wow, this coach is doing something right. They're all getting really good, getting All-Americans. And so I was really interested in Colorado. And then I visited, and it's really nice here.
Yep.
And it was kind of sold. Just, I mean,
Yeah, it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, was Wetmore also coaching when you were in high school in your area?
No.
Okay.
No.
Before that time?
No, yeah, it was like the 90s.
Okay.
Maybe like before I was born. I don't know exactly when he started CU, but
so
I'm not that old.
Yeah, no. Gotcha. Need to get my fact checker on that one.
But yes, he is from like Bernardsville or something. He coached there, but I don't know exactly where he lived. But that's
similar area.
Like I bike through there all the time.
Okay.
It's like less than.
So you go to CU. I think 7 All-Americans, something like that. Maybe. I know you won NCAA cross as a team.
Yeah.
What was the whole culture like when you were at CU, and any other memories as well?
I mean, I loved just the team we had at CU. I mean, we were all, when I say we, like my kind of that core members of the team were all pretty close ability levels.
Okay.
And it just made for an amazing training environment. We had Pierce Murphy, who was
Murphy Serve.
Yeah, top American, 3rd overall NCAA cross in 2015. Just one of the most underrated
Savage, yeah.
collegiate runners. He never ran like the really fast time, but he was such a great competitor. We had Amar Musa, 5th the year before. He was talented in high school and had some down years in between, like junior, senior year where he took off again.
Okay.
Connor Winter.
Yep.
Guys that weren't my grade, but Blake Thoreau, Ben Sorrell, Zach Perrin, Adam Peterman, Jake Hurst, all of us were doing stuff like making nationals and whatever event, and we just had an amazing team culture. We won 2 NCAA titles when I was there in cross, and got 2nd. Sad day, still kind of eats at me.
That was senior year?
Yeah. And honestly, we ran fine. It's just Syracuse had an amazing day, but looking back,
screw the orange, dude. It's fine.
No, I hate that. And honestly, like, there's one race that I'm just like, still think about to this day.
Damn, really?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you like remember? And then we'll talk about a good race too.
I just remember I felt like crap the whole way. I remember getting in 2.5, 3K in, and I felt so bad.
Oh, okay.
But I just was like, this is a team title on the line. Like,
yeah.
I just, like, every step was painful. It was just a fight to the end, and like,
Yeah.
I think I was 25th, so like, not bad. But I think we lost by 9 points, so there's some regret. I think I put a little too much pressure on myself that whole season to like do something special when we didn't. Maybe we didn't need to do anything special. We just need a B+ day.
Right.
And I think it wore on me. But honestly, it was a really good learning. I know I'm kind of going off in a different direction,
Kenny.
but like,
We're going on this.
I definitely learned a lot from that, and like I really think it did help me like qualify for the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for sure.
So like what?
Just to
It's the
not
bottom
put so
line.
much pressure on yourself. I mean, I think, especially for me, then, like NCAAs, we wanted to get the 3-peat,
Yeah.
and it was like, literally, I thought about it all the time,
Yeah.
and it wore on me, and I think it, like, my performance suffered because of it. And then the Olympics, the same thing. Like, it's literally what I thought about for like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But I didn't let it wear on me as much. I just kind of
Tried to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it so I really do think it helped.
That's interesting.
That last year cross country really helped me qualify for the Olympics. You know.
It makes sense. And also a good lesson to kids out there who like think maybe one bad race is kind of the end all be all.
No,
It's like,
yeah.
if you use it as a lesson, then not so much.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, like who knows? Maybe if I hadn't had that bad race, and it wasn't even a bad race. Like I said, it just could have been better.
Yeah, of course.
It was a devastating loss.
So okay, then maybe of the two prior that you did win, what was maybe the most fun or like?
I mean, it's kind of a bummer, but my 2014, I actually redshirted.
Oh right.
I mean, I'm comfortable saying like I was easily in our top 5.
Sure.
But our team was just so strong that they wanted to save me for the. So I don't know, like I still kind of count that title as like
that definitely counts.
like
yeah.
I was definitely part of the team.
Right.
It wasn't like I was, you know, our 7th guy. I was like top. I was one of our top guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but that year, it was kind of like expected that we'd win,
Okay.
and it was probably our strongest year. I mean, I was 17th the year before,
Yep.
and I was redshirting, so that just, I mean,
Yeah,
that shows
that's
how strong
insane.
our team was.
That's crazy.
And I wasn't redshirting for injury. It was,
literally just like
but,
fresh.
I mean, the year before was just like crazy. Like that for me, that was a special one. Obviously, I was running,
Uh-huh.
so that helps.
Makes it, yeah.
But for me, it was like I took that leap from a guy who was maybe not getting All-American to like
Sure.
being at the front of races and getting All-American and really contributing to. It was so much fun for me to take that leap, but then also like our whole team kind of took that leap too.
Yeah.
And we went from, I think we were 3rd the year before. Kind of, I mean, it was Oklahoma State and Wisconsin. Just we were kind of out of the picture for the W.
Yeah.
But then we somehow pulled that off, and it was just like it was
That's
such a
epic.
fun day. You know, it was such a fun day. So
That's awesome. All right, well, I want to learn a little bit more about Wetmore, but we're going to flip here. So hold that thought. We can jog up ahead if you
might.
want. Running start. Are you good?
yeah.
Take a lead.
I just was jogging.
Cool. All right, so yeah, where do we leave off? Just Wetmore, kind of like I want to learn a bit about what his like coaching philosophy was. You know, like you said, he's obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
As shown, like what was maybe a surprising thing that he does, or just a nugget maybe for the
Well,
youngins.
the surprising thing for me was how much speed development we kind
Oh,
of did.
really?
And I honestly think it made me such a better runner. In high school, I was more like one of these guys that's like, oh, I gotta grind.
Just volume.
Not even, but just like I'm a good endurance and whatever. Do like mile repeats.
Okay.
And like my speed wasn't there. But then when I got here, it was just like a bunch of 200s, a bunch of 150s, 300s on the track.
Dang, yeah, I wouldn't have.
And everyone is like, oh yeah, Wetmore just running. I actually think Coach Wetmore like underdevelops us.
Wow.
I don't know. I think maybe the old school, like early 2000s, it was different.
Yeah, go up to you, though.
But I really think he's underdeveloping, like in a good way.
Right.
I mean,
for longevity and stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, I just think you can. I mean, it's shown. Like you see guys like Joe Klecker and Val Constein
And you
and myself. Yeah, like we're still getting better after college, still developing. Like, so I think it's it's an underrated thing about him that like, because everyone knows we do the long runs, like sub 6, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We do the fartlegs and great. We're running well across country, but I don't think everyone sees that like speed development.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that at all. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then also maybe like, well, I've got you and you mentioned all those savages from your team's past.
Yeah.
What's maybe like, just like the most ridiculous long run that got out of hand, or workout that somebody was pissed and a hammer got dropped?
Workout that someone was pissed.
That's
I mean,
just
that was probably me getting pissed off. I remember one time, actually we were right where we're standing right now.
Lit.
We were doing this 15-mile long run, and it was 2013.
Okay.
And it was probably about a week before the Pac-12 champs, and I want to say it was like Ben Sorrell, Blake Thoreau, and I, which ended up being our top 3 at nationals.
Interesting.
We were just crushing like 540s low. Like I think we probably averaged 550, but like
so like this run right now, basically.
Yeah, but by the end we were just feeling it, crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Blake goes up to Coach Wetmore after, he goes, "You just won NCAAs with that run." And Wetmore looks at him and goes, "But you might have lost Pac-12s." So it's pretty funny.
That's good. What happened at Pac-12s?
I ran like crap. I did awful, but we did win.
That's it.
So
okay, so we could go on about CU for days, but I love it. You end up going, after graduating, more into the triathlon
yeah,
world. Like, you kind of mentioned you were swimming at the beginning before running,
yeah.
so maybe that's a more logical transition than people thought, but what was kind of the thought process behind the triathlon move?
I'm the type of guy who wants to be the best.
Hell yeah.
And for running, I saw that as, I thought I could be pretty good in the country.
Sure.
I mean, who knows what event I would have ended up in. But just from kind of studying triathlon and talking to people from USA Federation, USA Triathlon, I was like, I think I could be one of the best in the world at this.
Oh yeah.
And that's what drives me. Like,
Yep.
that's to me, that's exciting. Like, it's cool to be, everyone's like, try to be the best version of yourself, and
Sure.
that's pretty cool. But being the best in the world is
Period.
probably even cooler. So that's what kind of excited me, and yeah, it just led me to where I am now.
So how's that gone? Like, I mean, take us through any learning curves, or like for anyone else kind of making that transition.
Yeah, it's been like, to be honest, I've accomplished my goals
Okay.
along the way, and it's been, but it hasn't been smooth,
Mm-hmm.
My first year was 2018, and I was just racing a ton, and
Okay.
I had some good races, I had some bad races. I got lapped out of a race.
Wow.
Then I switched coaches.
Mm-hmm.
2019 was kind of like my season started. I thought I was in really good shape, but I got destroyed the first month of racing.
Okay.
And then I would say, like, it kind of wasn't until COVID started that I kind of started really figuring out the training.
Oh, really?
And then
Was that a coincidence, or did it have something to do with like a lockdown or something?
I think a bit of both. Like, I think it let me, because to be honest, my weakness is historically the bike.
Oh, interesting.
It's just, I just lack the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right, you've done swimming and running, so
yeah,
that
so
makes sense.
swimming. I grew up on the beach, lifeguarding. So even the open water side of it is, I think I'm good at. And like pool swimming, like I've done it my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And then running's just pretty
Yeah. Bread and butter.
straightforward.
Yeah.
And I've done it even longer. But yeah, I mean, we're drafting, and that's a whole
Right.
whole other
Can of worms.
element. And it just takes some time, and I just kind of committed to being the best I could be on the bike, and like I actually think it's now not a weakness anymore. Like,
oh yeah,
I think I'm pretty good at it, and there's always room for improvement, but there's room for improvement for running even too. So I worked really hard at it. I put myself in a lot of difficult situations on the bike. I mean, I remember being in Park City and just doing these group rides with these World Tour, or these, I guess they weren't World Tour riders yet, but like they literally signed the next year.
Okay.
Just getting smashed, but like
in the best way.
In biking, like that's how you get better. Running, maybe not, but biking, you just gotta go put yourself out there and suffer and like lose.
Yeah.
But you gotta remind yourself you're a triathlete. You're not. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's. I trained really hard all throughout COVID on the bike, and then kind of when races started, I was kind of a new athlete, I'd say.
So, explain how you ended up making the Olympics. How does that process go for triathlon, and what was that like for you?
Well, it's not. So the Olympics for us there was one race in Yokohama, Japan, that was very similar to the course at the Olympics, or at least somewhat similar. And imagine it's a diamond league, like for your running fans. It's almost the equivalent of that. Like it's the highest level basically, and all the best guys are there. So what we had to do is get top. If we were top American and finished top 8, we got an auto spot.
Oh, okay.
And I actually ended up getting 3rd, so getting on that podium, and yeah, it's a
3rd overall.
3rd overall.
Yep.
So it was a Norwegian guy, the guy who won the Olympics, actually won the race, and then a Belgian man was 2nd, and I was 3rd. So
that's savage.
It actually was a nice day.
Yeah, what was kind of the key to that? I mean, you're in Japan too, so.
The key to the race, I was just on, like I was training really well, and like I swam pretty well. I was with the lead pack of like, it was kind of funny, like I was with the lead pack of probably 15 of us on the first couple laps of the bike, like the first half of the bike, and I was feeling so strong on the bike, felt easy. I was like, and there's only one other American in that pack, and I'm outrunning that guy, and I knew I'm doing the math. Like, I'm getting top 8 out of these people.
Hell yeah.
Even on a bad day. But then.
Back to you.
What?
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
We're chilling.
But then.
I'm listening.
Like halfway through the bike, the chase pack caught on to us. And it was a bunch of Americans and a bunch of good fast runners. And so I kind of like had that moment of tightness, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Where you kind of lose that
Someone just caught up.
Yeah, you lose that confidence because you're like, I don't know if I could do it anymore. You start doubting yourself. But honestly, I got on the run and I just was like, I was running with, like, there's 3 guys got ahead. And I was like, they kind of went, and I'm like, whatever. My goal's top 8, top American.
Yep.
I was running with this chase pack. It felt like a jog. Like, it felt
easy.
Oh,
shit.
And I was like, all right, let's, like, just see what these guys do. Because that was probably, like, it was a 10K run. I was probably about 2 miles in.
Okay.
And
just knowing that you could.
No, I just didn't know, like, if they were just chilling too.
Right.
So I kind of went to the front to test it, and the gap just
really?
formed, and I'm like, oh my god, like
you could break them right now.
So I just, and there was another American guy in that pack, and I just was like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like ran my own pace, got 3rd.
Unreal.
Nice day.
Do you think it's an advantage to have the run last?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, especially for us, the draft legal, like, you have to be a really good biker, but it's gonna be really hard to like kind of be like a really strong swim biker and still win.
Exactly.
These races.
Yeah.
You got to be good at all 3.
All right. Well, you also got a silver medal in the relay.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like? And actually, I think I saw you say something like, after your solo event, you told your team, like, just tell me I look great. Like, just tell me I'm good. Like,
yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I think that was really interesting. Like, did that work?
I lost a lot of confidence after the individual race. I had gotten sick maybe 2 weeks before, right before travel to Japan, and it was just I physically I wasn't there that day, and the relay was like 5 days later.
Okay.
So I was worried that I wouldn't be able to bounce back physically, and so I just told my teammates, like, listen, like, hype me up.
Yeah.
Like, give me that, because right now, like, I'm on a low right now, and I just need that. And they said it, and the thing was, like, because what happened was they said it to me before I even asked, because they meant it.
Right.
And I was like, wow, that, like, I felt energy from that. So I was like, keep doing that. Like, keep telling me you believe in me. And by the time of the race, it was just, you know, I was about as happy as I could be, like, considering my individual performance.
Yeah, that's sick. I think that's a great lesson.
Yeah.
As well. For teammates, like, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, and, like, the mind is just,
right.
You know, you could trick yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, before we finish up, thank you so much. All the run details will be on Trackster, and we'll have all Morgan's social media, but you have a fire Twitter. I wanted to finish. You do some good polls and whatnot. What's, like, your favorite poll that you've done, and, like, a surprising result?
Favorite poll?
Yeah, or a top 3, something.
Oh, I think my favorite one I ever did was, make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You have one knife. You can't clean it. What do you put on the bread first? The peanut butter or the jelly?
Yeah.
As in, like, which jar is getting the other one
contaminated?
In it? Yeah. And I don't even remember the result.
Okay.
I feel like that one was the funniest. It made me laugh the most.
We'll drop it. All right, I think we'll wrap it there, dude. But thanks so much.
Yeah, dude. Thanks.
Can't even tell you how much I appreciate it.
Oh, that's fun.
All right.
Made the run go by really quick.
Yeah, same.